look at the differentiation of a sum or product, a sum or difference from the first principle. So let's say you have f of x, let's say you have f of x to be the summation of h of x and then g of x, right? Where h of x and g of x are two differentiable functions. It is the same as your differentiation, right? It's the same as f of x is the same as the h of x over the x plus the g of x over the x. So if you want to find the derivative of f of x, you differentiate each term independently, then you sum them, right? So let's prove this, right? All right. So using the first principle, you know that f of x is given as h of x plus g of x, right? And then we know from the first principle, f of x prime is equal to the limit as change in x approach 0, right? So we are going to have f of x plus change in x minus f of x all over change in x, right? So we already know our f of x. So our f of x plus change in x is going to give us, so from here, wherever you see x, replaced by x plus change in x. So we are going to have h in the bracket s plus change in x plus g in the bracket x plus change in x. So let's substitute this into the first principle. We are going to have this as the limit as change in x approach 0, right? So f of x plus change in x is giving us h of x plus change in x, right? Plus g of x plus change in x minus f of x, and our f of x is giving us h of x plus g of x, so minus h of x plus, so sorry, yeah, g of x plus g of x, right? So all on changing x. So let's expand the bracket here, right? So we are going to get it as the limit as changing x put 0, right? So h of x plus changing x plus g of x plus changing x minus h of x minus g of x. That's taking the bracket out. This is what you are going to get. All on changing x, right? So we can group like terms and separate this into two parts, right? So this is going to give us the limit as changing x approach 0. We are going to have h of x plus changing x minus h of x all over changing x minus g of x plus changing x minus g of x all over changing x, right? So we are going to take the limit of each function separately, right? Sorry, the g of x is plus, so this is supposed to be plus because the g of x plus changing x is plus, right, from here. All right, so we are going to take the limit of each function, each part separately. So limit as changing x approach 0 of the first part, that's h of x plus changing x minus h of x, right, all over changing x plus the limit as changing x approach 0, right, of g of x plus changing x minus g of x all over changing x, right? So comparing this with the first principle, right, it's obvious that this is the same as g prime of x. That's the, sorry, h prime of x, or h of x prime, right? That's the derivative of h of x plus this is the same as the derivative of, and that's the same as the h of x over the x plus the g of x over x. This implies that when you have a function that's the summation of two differentiable functions, you can simply go ahead and then differentiate the terms independently and then add them. It's the same thing for subtraction, right? If you have difference, if you have f of x to be maybe u of x minus v of x, right? The derivative of f of x, right? F of, sorry, if you differentiate, or yeah, let's say the derivative of f of x, right? The f of x over the x is the same as the u of x, the u of x dx plus the v of x, sorry, it's minus, this is minus, so it's supposed to be minus dx minus du, sorry, the v of x dx, right? So you differentiate this separately, you differentiate this one separately, then you subtract. That should be answer. Let's take an example. Let's take a numerical example, right? So we have this question. We have f of x, sorry, f of x to be equal to 3x to the power 4 plus 5x squared, right? So we have to find the derivative of this from the first principle, right? So this implies that our f of x plus change in x is going to be 3x plus change in x plus 5 s plus change in x. This is to the power 4 and this is to the power 3, right? Yeah, so we already know that the derivative of f of x from first principle is the limit as change in x approach 0, right? F of x plus change in x minus f of x all over change in x. So let's substitute that, right? We are going to get 3 into bracket s plus change in x to the power 4 plus 5 s plus change in x to the power 3, right? So it's squared, so to the power 2 from the question. So there's a mistake here. So 2, right? And 2 minus 3x to the power 4 minus 5 s squared. So all divided by changing x, right? So let's expand this using the binomial theorem. So s plus changing x to the power 4, right? S plus x. So using the Pascal's triangle, what are you going to get now? Coefficient, right? So the power 0 is 1, right? To the power 1 is also 1, 1, 1, right? And you are going to get 1, 2, 1, right? 1, 3, 3, 1, right? You're going to get 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, right? So this is 4, 4. All right, so we are going to get x to the power 4 plus 4 to the power s cube changing x plus 6 to the power s squared changing x squared, right? Then we are going to get plus 4x changing x to the power 3, and then plus changing x to the power 4. So that's the expansion. So you multiply through by 3, right? So this plus our x squared is going to give us, let me see, x squared is going to give us 5 x squared plus 10x changing x plus 5 changing x squared, right? So let's see, can we add this to, no, we can't do any addition, right? So minus 3. So let's take it back to our, or we should simplify everything first before we take it back. Alright, so our numerator is going to give us 5x to the power 4, right? Plus, it's 3, it's multiplying 3 rather. So that's 3x to the power 4, right? So you let 3x to the power 4, right? Plus 12x cubed changing x plus 3 is 18 x squared changing x squared plus 12x changing x cubed plus changing x to the power 4 plus 5x squared plus 10x changing x plus 5 changing x squared minus 3 x to the power 4 minus 5x squared, right? So this is going to go away with this. We have 5x squared in here. Yes, we have 5x squared here. It's going to go away with it. We are going to have 12x cubed changing x plus 18 x squared changing x squared plus 12x changing x cubed plus 10x changing x plus 5 changing x squared, right? So this is our numerator. So we are going to have this divided by changing x, right? Yeah. So sorry. So f of x prime is going to be the limit as changing x approach 0, right? So with this, let's factorize changing x out for the numerator, right? So factorizing changing x out, we are going to have changing x out 12x cubed plus 18x squared. Still have one changing x left plus 12x. We have changing x squared left plus 10x plus 5. Still have changing x left all over changing x. So this is going to cancel this, right? So we are going to have the limit as changing x approach 0 for 12x cubed plus 18x squared changing x plus 12x changing x squared plus 10x plus 5 changing x, right? So with this, we can't simplify this further. So what do? We just take limit, right? As changing x approach 0. So wherever you see changing x, you replace that by 0. So you are going to have 12x cubed plus 18x squared 0 plus 12x multiplying 0 squared plus 10x plus 5 into bracket 0, right? So this is going to go to 0, this will go to 0, this also will go to 0. So our answer is 12 x cubed plus 10x, right? So from the first principle, this is the answer we are getting, right? So let's see if we use this approach, if we are going to get it. When we differentiate each of the terms separately or independently, then we add them, right? So we have f of x to be equal to 3x to the power 4 plus 5x squared, right? So when you differentiate uh, 3x to the power 4, what do you get? 4 times 3 is 12, right? X, so 4 minus 1, that's going to give us 3, plus 2 times 5, that's 10, x to the power 2, so 2 minus 1, is going to be x to the power 1, that's the same thing. So we also had 12 to the power x plus 10x. This is the same as the answer we had from or using the first principle. It means that our the the first principle is analogous to this, right?